I'm trying a new angle. I think I might like this one best because I can stay sitting down. Woohoo! Okay, so I was gonna do this in full robe with everything possible Ravenclaw that I could wear, but I can't be bothered, and I just got this awesome mundane fool sweatshirt. It finally arrived from Pole and Banana Books, so I'm wearing this because I love it. Okay? I love it. Alright, so I'm going to be doing the Harry Potter fandom tag today, or just the Harry Potter tag. So I'll be answering all the Harry Potter questions, because it's my first. Yeah, I have to do this. I love Harry Potter. Okay, so what house are you in? Ravenclaw! Caca! Caca? It's something like that. What is your Patronus? A black stallion. Yes, I have black beauty, bitches. What is your wand? Okay, it is... Okay, I don't know the exact length off the top of my head. Let me just... Got my laptop right here, so I can just quickly check it. But I know it is unicorn hair and apple wood. So that's... And honestly, I adore my wand. I want that wand in real life. Like, when I get to Orlando, Florida, I am getting that wand to choose me, okay? Like, I want the choosing ceremony, but I want them to give me that wand. Because if I get a different wand, no, that is my wand. And I'll explain it in more detail in a second. This website. They change everything and it's just... There we go. Applewood with unicorn hair core, 12¼ inches and slightly springy flexibility. Now, the reason I adore this wand so much is that the combination of applewood and unicorn hair means it's impossible to turn to the dark arts. Like, literally impossible. Unicorn hair is already the hardest wand core to do it, and applewood does not like it either, and I'm like, that is me. I would never do any of the dark magic. Maybe a couple of simple hexes, a few jinxes, but definitely no unforgivables or sectum sempras or anything like that. I can't stand the thought of even doing those, so I'm like, yeah, my wand knows me. And also, people with applewood have an affinity for magical creatures and, well, not magical creatures, but learning the languages. So the author for a book on Mermish actually had an applewood wand, and I'd like to think that if I got there, I would learn Mermish and gobbledygook and all those wonderful languages. And sorry, my brother was just checking on something. Okay, so that got into a bit of a tangent there, but I love my wand. I utterly adore it. Okay, what would your boggart be? I have two answers for this. So, one is a superficial thing where it's just like the ocean coming towards me and drowning me, like just being trapped in the ocean, because I am not a strong swimmer, and there's a whole lot of things in there. And megalodons and the other thing is a lot less superficial. I am a Christian. I have said this before and I will say it to the day I die. I am a Christian. So one of my worst fears is those I love who aren't Christians dying without becoming a Christian and going to hell, because I once had a vision of that with my brother, and suffice it to say, it scared the crap out of me, because I was going up, he was going down, there was an invisible barrier, and I just could not get to him. I was banging on it, banging, but I couldn't get to it. I couldn't get to him. So that could be it. Yeah. What position would you play in Quidditch? I would like to think that I would be a chaser. Okay, I think that would be an awesome position to play, and I would definitely be on a broom if I could be on a broom. Like, I'm not the most sporty person, but come on. If I can fly, I'm going to fly. Okay. Would you be a pureblood, half-blood, or muggle-born? Half-blood? Like, I have a whole headcanon worked out because, thanks to my grandmother, I'm descended from one of the oldest clans in Scotland, the Farquharson clan, and I headcanon that was actually an ancient magical house, and I am the last descendant that has magic. So I get access to the Gringotts vaults and whatnot, and I get a seat on the Wizengamot, which makes things very stressful at Hogwarts. Yeah. Okay. What job would you want after leaving Hogwarts? Unspeakable. Come on, I want to work in the Department of Mysteries. I want to figure out those things. Like, do you remember there's that scene in the 5th book where the Death Eater got his head trapped in the bell jar and he just kept aging, like going in a loop? So he'd have a baby head, then it would go to old man, then it would go through the stages till old man, then it'd go back to baby head. It was just, I'm like, how does that work? And then we had the brains, and there was the room with the planets. I'm like, come on, I want to investigate those. Which of the Deathly Hallows would you choose? The invisibility cloak. I do not need to speak to the dead, and the Elder Wand just honestly should be destroyed because no one needs that sort of power. Favorite book? Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. My absolute favorite. I know a lot of people don't like it because Harry's depressed a lot of the time, but I love it. You get Weasley's Wizard Wheezes, you get the DA, Dumbledore's Army for life. You get Grawp. I honestly like Grawp. And the Thestrals, and Luna gets introduced, and Neville starts coming into his own. Just, all of the things. And we see Neville's parents. Well, that is heartbreaking. It's also just, yes, that's what needed to happen. Okay, least favorite book. I don't have one. Like, honestly, I have a favorite, but after that, it gets difficult. Like, part of me wants to say the 6th one, but also the other part of me is like, no, that's when you get Ginny and Harry together, and that's... There's other things too. They win the Quidditch Cup, but Ginny does it. Yeah. And it's when we figure out about the Horcruxes. It's just... I don't have an answer. I love all the books. Maybe the 6th one, but I don't like this question. Favorite film? Chamber of Secrets. I thought they did that seriously well. I love the Chamber of Secrets. The only thing that could have... Did they miss? I can't remember if they missed anything or not. The first one missed the potions challenge, which I would have loved to have seen, to be honest. And I'm sure there are a couple of other things that are escaping me right now. But I thought the second film was really good. Least favorite film? Everything after the 3rd film. But in particular the 4th film, that was the biggest disappointment of my little life. Okay? So I loved the 4th book, and we had it on audio CD when I was a kid. And I listened to it on repeat. I knew it verbatim. Like, legitimately, I persuaded my dad to read it to me, even though I was a little bit too old for that. And we swapped places, doing different voices, so I wanted to be Harry and that sort of thing. And I didn't even have to look at the book to say my parts. That's how well I knew it. I corrected him on reading it because he missed a couple of lines. And I'm like, no, Dad, you missed something. And he looked and he was like, how did you know? You weren't even looking at the page. And I'm like, I just do. So imagine my excitement when the fourth film comes out. I'm like, yes, we get the Tung Tung Toffees. We're going to get the Quidditch Cup. Let's do this. Dobby! After the first scene with Frank Price, which admittedly was really good, Harry wakes up in the burrow. The burrow. Where is my Tung Tung Toffee? Where? And then, we didn't even get to see the Quidditch Cup, which I found so annoying. I wanted to see that match. It was just as bad as when the third film they left out them winning the Quidditch Cup for Gryffindor and Oliver finally fulfilling his dream. Speaking of which, they left him out of the film. He didn't. I was just so disappointed by the Quidditch Cup. Like, even just the whole 10th thing, because Harry caught up with Seamus Finnegan and Saw Cho Chang and Oliver Wood and all the... I was looking forward to seeing how the tents would look, and the whole scene when they were getting water with Archie Ameslow saying, I like a healthy breeze around my privates, and then Dobby wasn't in it, which meant Winky wasn't in it. It was just disappointing. It was so disappointing. I can't watch anything past the third film now. Even the third film pushes it, to be honest. I love the special features in the third film, but I don't necessarily love that film. Favorite character? Okay. Neville frickin' Longbottom. Followed by Luna Lovegood. And then Hagrid. And then after that it gets complicated. People start tying. But yeah, Neville. He just did so much character development. Oh, baby. Ah, I adore him. Least favorite / most hated character? Voldemort. He started a freaking genocide. Like, and I know people are like, oh, but he was a good villain. What part of him was good? Even his plan made no sense. Like, honestly, he's trying to win by fear, and all he's doing is making people madder and madder at him. And not just the witches and wizards. He pissed off the centaurs. He was pissing off all the races. There was gonna be a revolt. With the way he was doing things, it was gonna end ugly. And then, honestly, what did he expect once he'd conquered Great Britain? Like, the rest of the world would figure it out and they would not be happy. Like, the ICWQC was already livid with the Ministry of Magic for their handling of the Death Eaters attacking the World Cup. How do you think they're going to feel when they find out Death Eaters are running the Ministry of Magic? They're not going to tolerate it. You will have the entire world against you. At least Grindelwald had the smarts to start in Europe and conquer several countries at once. You conquered one tiny island. Now, well, admittedly, that island is very good at resisting. I don't think your plan for world domination would have worked, or domination on the British would have worked very well. Because, trust me, even if Harry had died, people would have revolted against you. So, no, I don't like Voldemort. His plans make no sense. And also, I get annoyed with him because he had so much potential. Like, he could have been such a drive to make changes in the wizarding world. He could have become Minister for Magic and actually fix some problems with how good he was at magic. But no, let's go completely megalomaniac and kill all my relatives when I'm 16. Because that makes a perfect plan. And I know people will say he was born under a love potion, so he was incapable of love. I'm not completely convinced that's true. I think he could have been capable. It's just he never tried. Also, he's asexual, which makes the whole cursed child thing stupid. There's my least favorite Harry Potter book, The Cursed Child. Except I don't consider it canon or a Harry Potter book, so. Yeah. Favorite teacher at Hogwarts? This is a tie, actually, between Minerva, McGonagall, and Professor Flitwick. I love both of them, okay? We didn't get enough of Flitwick in the book. She's so awesome. His dancing cupcakes. And in Hogwarts Mystery, I'm obviously Ravenclaw, so he's my head of house, and he is being aces. Though when I say Professor Flitwick, I mean how he looked from the first 2 films and not that idiotic costume change they made for the 3rd one. Least favorite teacher at Hogwarts? Let me think. Snape. Useless teacher. He bullied his students. He threatened to kill Neville's pet. Okay? He was going to murder a beloved pet. And honestly, there's the whole fact that if Lily had never been threatened, he would have never left the Death Eaters, because it's not like he disagreed with what they were doing. He just didn't like that they were going to kill Lily. And so, yeah. Up yours, mate. I'm sorry, I know he did a lot of good things, but it doesn't make up for all the wrong that you did. And he did a lot of it. Like, legitimately, the whole thing with Neville, with his worst fear being Snape, this is a boy who every Christmas and birthday and whatever other thing has gone to see his parents who were driven into insanity by the Cruciatus Curse, and his worst fear is his potions professor. You're doing something wrong, mate. You're doing something wrong. Okay, favorite quote. Okay, I like this one by Sirius. I don't know if it's necessarily from the book, but I know it's in the film, and I utterly adore it. We all have light and dark inside of us. What matters is the part we choose to act on. That's who we truly are. Truth. Truth. But honestly, there's so many amazing quotes in that series. JK coming at it with the quotes. Favorite Weasley? Do I have to answer this question? I like all the Weasleys. I like all of them, even Percy. Part of me wants to say Ron, but then I'm like, no, Ginny, and then the twins. And Hogwarts Mystery has given me such new appreciation for Bill and Charlie, and I just can't, okay? I love all the Weasleys, don't ask me. Favorite female character? Luna. Luna Lovegood. She is not afraid to be herself. And what she is fabulous. You already did. And favorite male character? Neville. Wash Snape's hair or spend a day listening to Lockhart rant about himself? I'd wash Snape's hair. I want to see if it actually has an effect. And who says I have to use my hands? I have a perfectly good wand. Duel an elated Bellatrix or an angry Molly? An elated Bellatrix, okay? She'll be a lot easier to trick in a duel. Travel to Hogwarts via the Hogwarts Express or flying car? Hogwarts Express. Come on. Let's go with tradition. And also bring on the candy. Kiss Voldemort or give Umbridge a bubble bath? Again, with the bubble bath, I don't necessarily have to touch her. I could literally just make the bath. I'm choosing to interpret the question that way. So the bubble bath, because I will just give it to her. I don't need to do anything. Ride a hippogriff or ride a firebolt? Why must you ask me difficult questions? I love hippogriffs. Literally, my favorite magical creature is Buckbeak. But I also love the idea of riding a broom. Okay, I will ride the hippogriff on the stipulation I still get a Nimbus 2000. Is there a character you felt differently about in the movies versus the books? Parvati Patil, she was more annoying in the films. She had a bit more depth in the books. Is there a movie you preferred over its book? No. Not even a bit. Not even close. Richard Harris or Michael Gambon as Dumbledore? Richard Harris. Duh. Okay, I'm sorry. I will never get over Michael Gambon's "Did you put your name in the goblet of fire?" Like, I know that's admittedly more a scriptwriter's issue than Michael Gambon. But also, I was so confused when the third film came out and my dad had to tell me that Richard Harrison died. And he came on the screen because his hair looked blonde. Blonde! Dumbledore has white or silver hair. It is very clear in the books. And for the entire series, it looks great. Or blonde, depending on the lighting. And I'm like, yeah. I didn't like the way he portrayed the character. To be honest, I really didn't. Your top thing, person or event which wasn't included in the movie that annoyed you the most? Why can I only have one? Because, I mean, we didn't have Peeves. And he's pretty important. Not to me, he is. But we also didn't have Winky, which meant we didn't have Spew. Society for the Promotion of Elfish Welfare. I would have been a proud member. And we didn't have the proper Quidditch World Cup match, as I said before. Excuse me, I needed that. So, there's so many things. Which house was your first gut feeling you'd be a part of? Gryffindor? Not gonna lie, it was Gryffindor. Second time around, I thought it was Hufflepuff. Yes, I've done the quiz. I did the quiz twice. Both times I got Ravenclaw. After that, and probably about 3 months of fighting it, I realized God was trying to tell me something. And that is Ravenclaw. Which class would be your favorite? Charms. Charms class would be my favorite. As much as Transfiguration is fascinating, I have a lot of moral questions about it. Like, do the animals feel pain when we turn them into something? Or how does their consciousness go? Like, what happens to it? If you turn a desk into a pig, how does the pig feel? Is the pig okay? So, yeah, charms. I don't have such moral questions. Also, they've got the best spells, let's be honest. Accio! I would never lose anything. Which character do you think you'd instantly become best friends with? I'd like to say Luna or Neville. Please? Please? Which spell do you think would be most useful to learn? Accio. I would never lose anything. Is there any aspect of the books you'd want to change? No, but could she write an 8th book about what it was like at Hogwarts during the 7th book, please? Favorite Marauder? Remus John Lupin. Always and forever. Lupin! If you could bring one character back to life, which would it be? I don't like this question. I don't like it. Okay, because George deserves to have his twin back, but Dobby didn't deserve to die that way. And Sirius, and Cedric was so young, and Colin. No, I don't. No, I have no answer for this question. Leave me alone. And final question: Hallows or Horcruxes? Hallows. Duh. Horcruxes are stupid. Yet another reason why I don't like Voldemort. Like, legitimately, he takes these powerful, ancient, magical objects and destroys them by turning them into Horcruxes. I am sorry, but they were so historically significant, and you managed to track them down, which, while impressive, yes, you destroyed them. So now we have only Godric Gryffindor's sword. I am so pissed. Because, like, it was the lost diadem. The things we could have learnt from the diadem. And Hufflepuff's cup. What the F were you doing, man? I wanted to know what that thing did. And then, like, okay, admittedly, he was the last descendant of Slytherin, so this, I get a little more, but still, destroying the locket and trying to destroy the ring. Because, like, while the ring was a Horcrux, it didn't seem to have been affected by being destroyed. And I think that's because it was a Hallow before it was a Horcrux. So, like, if you tried to turn, I don't know how you would, but the invisibility cloak into a Horcrux, I don't think it would destroy its magical properties like it did with the diadem. And presumably the cup. And the locket. Well, actually, okay, there's this whole theory video that the Super Carlin Bros did, and I swear they talk about the locket in it. And it was with Seamus Gorman, and they were talking about the properties of the cup and the locket. And I don't think the locket actually lost its power. I think it worked with the Horcrux. And that could have just been because it was Slytherin's thing. But the rest of them, my favorite Horcrux is the frickin' diary, because there was no historical significance to it before he destroyed it. So I'm still so pissed, okay? There's so much historical significance in the items he chose. And he destroys them. Just the hubris on that man. What gave you the frickin' right? Nothing! We couldn't. In some ways, this makes Godric the most intelligent founder, because he made sure that you could always find Godric Gryffindor's sword again. Therefore, it was never lost. To be fair, Hufflepuff's cup wasn't lost. It was with family. It just went to a descendant that was an absolute idiot. So, I can't really fault Helga for that. She has no control over the smartness of her descendants. And I suppose Ravenclaw couldn't account for her daughter stealing it, but still. They should have come up with ways. In the future, next time someone founds a school and they leave behind, magical heirlooms, maybe make it so that they can't be turned into Horcruxes. I know that's just a really random thing to do, but I just think it should be done. Anyway, that was the end of the tag, and I went onto a tangent there because Voldemort's plans were completely nonsensical and made no sense. I'm sorry, I'm a Ravenclaw. If someone's illogical, I get pissed. Especially if they've got stupid amount of followers who will follow it. Don't get me started on the pureblood supremacy thing. You're all gonna go batshit crazy doing that. Like the Targaryens. So, or Joffrey. And I know you're gonna like, but they weren't marrying brother to sister. It was going to end up that way if they kept going about the way they were. So, yes. That is the end of that video. I love Harry Potter, and I will do another video where I explain exactly why I love it so much. Thanks for watching, guys. End screen thing. Sorry about that. Yeah, so my last video will be here or here, depending. Links are in the description. Like or leave a comment if you enjoyed. Maybe even subscribe. And yeah. But what Hogwarts house are you guys in? Or what's your wand? I am so curious. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, guys. Bye!